Becky, and I'm from Quiver Farm, and I brought with me the Beekeeping Project. This is my favorite subject to talk about. I think bees are so fascinating. I have a little song. It goes, buzz, buzz, little bee, where are you going today? This flower, that flower, many miles away. Buzz, buzz, little bee, what you gonna get? Get some nectar and some pollen too. Honey for the queen bee, honey for the workers, honey for the beekeeper. Honey in my tummy. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about bees today. And with the bees, as you can see, they're kind of furry, aren't they? Did you know that bees have fur on them? And they have wings on them, and they have antennas.
Oh, I think the bees are following you. I think the bees are following you. They think that you're a queen.
Yeah, maybe. And they have legs on them, 6 little legs. Bees are very interesting because they live in a place that's very organized. Very organized. If you look even in their hives, you can see they have little, very organized cells inside their hive, and that's throughout the whole hive. You know, what happened a long time ago was one day I was sitting at the desk, actually shortly before that, my mom came home to me and she says, I'm gonna raise bees. And I was like, okay. You gotta understand, when my mom would do stuff like this, I ended up having to take care of everything. So, if she's gonna raise bees, that meant I was gonna learn how to do it, okay? So, one day, shortly after this, I got a phone call. The phone rang, ring, and I was like, what, hello? And the person on the other side, did you order bees? And I said, yeah, I think so. She says, you got bees here at the post office. You need to come and get your bees. Hurry up. So my mom, who was away, left it for me to go get. So I called my mom and told her, your bees are in the post office. So I ran over to the post office and got a package of bees that was sent up to us from Georgia. Do you know where Georgia is?
My dog came from Georgia.
Your dog came from, okay. Well, it's down south, okay? In order to get to Florida and Disney World, you have to go through Georgia, okay? Well, in Georgia, they have a lot of bees production there. And so a package of bees came up from Florida. So we got this package of bees, and inside this package was 20,000 bees. It looked like that inside there. They were all over the place. You couldn't see this can because there were so many bees inside here. And as I brought it home, there were a couple bees actually flying around and stuck to the outside of this. Okay? They just decided to hang out because of the queen bee being here. So when we got this package, I brought it home and I waited for my mom to get back. When my mom got back, she had with her a spray bottle filled with sugar water. Okay? And she came and she grabbed the package and she says, okay, this is what we have to do, Becky. And she sprayed all of the bees with that sugar water. And she sprayed it out. You know what happens when bees get sprayed with sugar water? Their furry coats get wet and they don't like that. And they like to keep themselves clean, so they lick them clean. And what happens when they lick themselves clean, they ate the sugar water. When bees have sugar in their belly, they don't fly and they don't sting. Okay? So when she sprayed them all down, they got their bellies full of sugar and they were all calmed down. So then my mom says, she gets the tool out and she pulls out this can. Now this can was the food. It had sugar water in it to feed the bees. Okay? If you look on the bottom, there's little tiny holes inside there, and the sugar water would drip out and they'd lick and clean it, okay? She pulled the can out and some of the bees started to crawl all over the place, and then she pulled out this. Inside this was the queen bee and two worker bees. The queen bee was in there, and on the end, see that it has a hole there? There was a piece of candy made with sugar water, okay? And the bees, for the ride up here, would lick that and they would feed it to the queen. So they would, and they eventually they licked the whole thing clean, and the cap came off and the queen could come out. But that didn't happen until after we got the bees set up. We took the queen bee and we put it into the hive. Now the queen bee has a scent to her, and she attracts all the bees. So a lot of the bees were coming out, and we put this in here and made it nice and tight so that the queen bee would be right, the box would be right in there. And then we took the bees, and she went like this. And all the bees went from all over the place down to one side, and she poured them into the box. And then she went, and they'd fall to the other side, and she poured them in. And she did this until, well, most of the bees were out. And then she set the box right beside the hive, and she put the lid on it, just like that. And she let the bees go to work. All the bees then started going to work, and they drew out the wax on the frames, and they made themselves little octagon cells on each one of those frames, and they did this in a very short amount of time. A couple weeks later, my mom went and took some mason jars and put them upside down with those little holes in them to feed them so that they could make more wax and build up the frames and get it all nice and healthy. And the queen bee had come out of her box by then, and she started to do her job. Now there's a couple of different bees in a hive, okay? First of all, I told you about the queen bee. A queen bee is a very special bee. A queen bee will lay, I think it's 3,000 to 5,000 eggs over a course of a year, a day, okay? She'll lay her eggs in the cells, and she will just continue to lay eggs in all of those cells. I shouldn't say all of them. Most of the time she lays them in this part of the frame. Out here is where they put the food or the honey. But she'll lay eggs all the time. Okay, that's her job. She doesn't go and get food and take a lunch break. The bees, the worker bees, will come and give her food.
Oh.
Yeah. I should show you a picture. There's a picture of the queen bee.
Can I see? Where's the queen?
Do you see the red dot there?
Where?
The red dot? Right there? They painted her back with nail polish so that they could see her real easy. But she's got, if you look, she doesn't have her tail back in. That's because it's inside the hive laying an egg. I mean, inside the cell laying an egg. So she lays eggs. But if you look, you see all the bees that are all around her? They take care of her. She doesn't stop to take a break. They go and get food, honey, and they bring it to her and they feed her. If she gets anything with her wings, they will clean off her wings. They lick it clean. They'll lick her fur clean, make sure she's nice and clean. They even chew the nails off of her little toes. They'll chew that off. That's what they do. They take very good care of their queen. Queen is the one who lives the longest. She lives about 5 years. Okay? So that's what the queen does. I can show you a picture of them sharing food. See that? That's them sharing food, and they do this with the queen. They also do it with the workers, do it with each other. Well, anyway, the queen, like I said, all the workers take care of her. Another member of the hive is a drone. Okay? See the drone there? Looks just like the other ones, except he's a little bit bigger. Like I was showing Dina, his body's that big, and that one's there's only that big. Okay, so he's a little bit bigger, and he's the daddy of the hive. Now, the drones, they make drones. He's the only male in the hive. Usually you have about 5 of them though, okay? And the drones then will hang out at the hive. They don't do anything. They don't go get the honey. They don't clean anything. They don't take care of the queen. They don't do anything. Okay? That's what the drone does. He does absolutely nothing except hang out at the hive. Okay? Now, if they decide that they want to make another hive, then his job comes in, and when they make a queen, and the special way they make a queen, when they make a queen, he'll mate with her, and then he dies. That's what happens. Okay?
And what dies?
The daddy, the drone. Okay? So that's what he does. The other thing is that if during the course of the winter time when they go into hibernation, what happens is they all gather around and make a great big ball around the queen. And the drones do not get into that. And they aren't allowed to eat the food for the winter, and usually they will die over the winter. And when the spring comes, when she lays a male egg, then they will make more drones for the springtime in case they want to split the hive. Okay? That's the drone, that's the daddy. Okay? Now, the last bee that's in the hive is called a worker bee. Okay? What happens is the queen will lay the egg, okay? And worker bees will feed the eggs all the food. They take care of the eggs, they cap it off, and then they turn into bees, okay? So the worker bees are grown laid by the queen, and the other worker bees grow them. When they come out, they have lots and lots of jobs. They have the job of sharing, okay? They share food, okay? They take food from the other cells and they give it to the babies, okay? And they feed these little babies in here from the honey cells, which you'll find on the outside, okay? And so they take the food and they give it to the babies. They give it to each other. They will feed each other. They do all kinds of feeding with each other. Another thing that they do is they will keep house and they will clean up the house. If a leaf falls in there, they drag the leaf out. If dirt comes in, they drag it out. If another bee from another hive comes in there, and it dies, they'll drag that out. They clean it up and they make sure nothing is going to cause the hive to rot or anything like that. After they get done taking care of the